Hey everyone. So, most of us use AI for simple stuff, right? Asking a question, maybe drafting an email. But what if you could go way beyond just using AI and actually build your own personal assistant? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Yeah, just think about it. An AI that doesn't just sit there waiting for your next command. Instead, it's out there, actively working for you, ticking off tasks in the background, all on its own. That's the magic of AI agents. And I'm going to show you exactly how they work, and more importantly, how you can build one yourself. So, let's get into it. This is all about making a leap, right? From a passive AI you just chat with to an active AI that actually gets things done. We're talking about AI that takes real action. So, what's the real difference here? Look, a chatbot, it's a conversation partner. You ask a question, it gives you an answer. Pretty straightforward. But an AI agent, that's a whole different ballgame. It's an autonomous worker. It can actually look at its environment, make its own decisions, and take actions to hit a goal you set. Think of it this way. A chatbot gives you the recipe, but an AI agent actually orders the groceries for you. See the difference? Okay, so how on earth does an agent pull all this off? It might sound super complicated, like some kind of tech wizardry inside a black box, but really, it's just a few key parts working together perfectly. Let's pop the hood and take a look inside. So, when you boil it down, an agent really has four main jobs. It needs to be able to think, it needs tools to act, it needs a memory to learn, and it needs a manager to keep everything running. Let's break down each one of these pieces. First up, you've got the brain. This is a large language model, or LLM. You've heard of these, like GPT-4, Claude, you name it. This is the command center. It's where the thinking happens. It takes your goal, figures out a smart plan, and decides, okay, what's the very next thing we need to do? Okay, so a brain is great, but it needs a way to actually do stuff in the real world. That's where the hands come in. These are its tools and APIs. A tool can be anything, really. The ability to search Google, pull data from a spreadsheet, or even send an email. This is what turns those thoughts from the brain into actual, tangible actions. Now, an agent that can't remember anything would be, well, pretty useless, right? That's where memory is so crucial. You've got short-term memory, which is all about what's happening right now. But the real game changer is long-term memory. This is what lets the agent learn from its past experiences, what worked, what didn't, so it gets smarter and better at its job over time. And finally, you need something to tie this all together. That's the manager, or what we call the orchestrator. Seriously, think of it as the project manager for the whole operation. It takes the plan from the brain, tells the hands which tools to use, files away important info into memory, and this is super important. It handles any errors or curveballs along the way. All right, so we've got the brain, the hands, the memory, and the manager. We know the parts, but how do they all work together to actually think? Well, it's not some flash of genius. It's more like a loop, a continuous cycle of thinking, doing, and learning. And this really gets to the heart of it. A simple computer script just follows a rigid set of instructions, step by step. But an agent? It creates its own strategy as it goes. It's constantly adapting based on what it sees and learns from the world around it. One of the most popular ways this happens is a framework called REACT. It stands for Reason and Act, and it's a really powerful feedback loop. Let me give you an example. Let's say your goal is to find the best Italian restaurant near you. The agent's first thought is, okay, I need to search for Italian places. The action is using its web search tool. Then comes the observation. It gets back a list of restaurants. That new info feeds the next thought, which is something like, all right, now I need to find the ratings for these places. And that loop just keeps going until the job is done. Okay, that's enough theory for now. I bet you're thinking, this sounds cool, but can I actually build one? And the answer is absolutely 100% yes. And the best part is there are a bunch of different ways to do it, even if you've never written a line of code in your life. Seriously, this stuff is way more accessible than you think. If you're just starting out, you can go the no-code route with tools like Make or Zapier. It's super easy. If you're okay with a little bit of code and want more power, you can jump into frameworks like LangChain or Crew AI. And of course, if you want total control, you can always build one from the ground up with Python. There's a path for everyone. But no matter which path you pick, the basic recipe is always the same. Step 1, define one super clear goal. Don't overcomplicate it. Step 2, choose your path and the LLM brain you want to use. 3, give it only the tools it needs for that one job. 4, decide if it needs to remember stuff. And finally, step 5, test it, watch it, and make it better. The key is to start small and build from there.
Now, when you first start building, it's so tempting to try and build this all-powerful super agent right away. But trust me, that's where things go wrong. So let's talk about a few common traps you'll want to avoid.
My biggest piece of advice is this: keep it simple. Seriously, don't give your agent 10 things to do, give it one. A classic mistake is forgetting to tell it when to stop. That's how you get an agent running in an endless loop and wake up to a crazy API bill. Oh yeah, always watch those costs. And please, don't give your agent more power or access to new things until you are positive it works exactly like you expect. So why should you even bother learning this stuff? Because this isn't just some nerdy developer skill anymore. This is a real look at the future of, well, everything. It's about how we're all going to work and live. I mean, we are heading straight for a world where you'll have teams of specialized AI agents working together to run entire projects for you. Picture having a personal assistant that doesn't just book your meetings, but actually drafts your reports, summarizes what happened, and gets you ready for your next big thing, all while you focus on what really matters. Look, if there's one thing you take away from this, it's that building your first AI agent is absolutely something you can do. You do not need a PhD in machine learning. All you need is a clear idea, a small problem to solve, and the willingness to just start small and build on your wins. So, I'll leave you with this question. Forget about changing the world for a second. Just think about your own daily routine. What's that one boring, repetitive task you absolutely hate doing? What's the first thing you'd give to your own personal AI agent? Because whatever that is, that's where your journey really begins.